What's up YouTube, Amisbro here, and for this video, well, there's a couple things we're going to discuss. I know I've done this video probably about a billion times and people are going to be sick of hearing it, but you know what? First of all, let me just say this. There are two series that I have not reviewed for you, and you will be getting reviews for them. Outside the ones that I told you I was going to do. One is called Wondrous Conflict, and one is called Diabolic Lovers. Okay? One aired on Funimation, the other aired on Crunchyroll. Well, something's going on with apparently Crunchyroll, not Crunchyroll, but Funimation's video player, so I'm going to have to use Hulu. I'm going to do that series first because it came out last year, July 2nd, literally a year and 3 days earlier than the new Sailor Moon series is coming. But you're going to get that review, and then you're going to get the one for Diabolic Lovers, which is an interesting anime, to say the least, when you break it down. Being almost a year removed from it, I can't say that I hate it anymore, but let's just say it wasn't one of my favorites of last year. Especially when you come off a great series like, Wondrous Conflict, but I'm tipping my hat a little bit. But anyway, so I'm going to give you those reviews on top of all the other ones. The thing of it is I can't promise you when you're going to get those reviews, only because of the backlog that I've got coming. Like, it's ridiculous. You got Death Note, which we're going to be finishing the first half of tomorrow night. You got the Akira movie. You got Psycho Pass. We got another series I got coming in the mail called Black Cat. We got La Corte del Oro, Primo Paso. Its new series just came out is coming out on Crunchyroll. We've got that new series. We've got a series called Kamigali no Asobi, which I hear is really good. That's what I'm hearing from people. Then I'm also working on a fan fiction. And I also have a friend wants to know my opinion of Thieves, so I'm going to either try and have it beaten or beat it by Saturday. Okay? So, there's that, Right now, I can say this with the utmost, authority. I am the happiest I've ever been as a person. And I'm serious. I've said to myself many times, Josh, what makes you happy? Do you know that it took me till recently to finally slap myself and go, here's what makes me happy. To be able to sit down in front of this camera and tell you my thoughts on the latest anime that I watched through my collection, or through Crunchyroll, or now soon it's going to be, because we're going to be starting that series in the near future, the latest J-drama or K-drama that I watched through a site called gooddrama.net, or through Crunchyroll if I watch a K-drama. Okay? And then, of course, the music, the Japanese music scene and the Asian music scene in general is just one I've yet to even scrape the surface of. Like, and plus the fan fiction I'm working on that. As soon as I get done recording this video, I'm going to get working on the next chapter for. Like, I have been more busy. This is what's funny to me, right? I've been more busy sitting on my butt than I was. I don't want to say this, like I wasn't working, but I was working at like the Acme or whatever where I worked. But I feel like I've been more busy now than whenever. It's excuse me. It's just one of those things that you have to sort of experience. It's almost like you move on autopilot. Your brain knows you have to get up, you sit down, you're either playing the game that you have to give an impression for somebody, or you're sitting down at your computer while you're live blogging while an anime is going on your Tumblr, and then you're getting ready to put up the review if you're finishing the series. You know? But the funny thing is, it's not like it's work. It's more like it's more like it's the most enjoyable thing ever. You almost want to say it's like a high that it's hard to come off of. And it started, I'll tell you when this all started. It almost felt like it started last July when Brothers Conflict came out. That came out, and then Diabolic Lovers came out. And other series were coming out, left, right, and center. And you sat there and you went, whoa. And it seems like almost every time now that I turn around after I finish one series, about 50 more come out, that I have to turn around and go, okay, well, these 50, what am I going to do next? Or do I go and look at an older series and say, okay, I haven't done this series and we need to do it? Or do I figure out what one can I go back and re-review if I haven't reviewed it? What, or, rewatch it for a review or whatever. That sounds like a lot of work, but believe it or not, it's not. It's actually a lot of fun. Because to understand me, you almost have to be able to come into my world. As I used to jokingly refer to it, the Wondrous World. That's almost not a joke anymore. This is almost where I wanted to be, and I should have slapped myself years ago and went, look, you know what you really like. You know what you really enjoyed earlier in your life. Get back to that and be happy with yourself. And I wasn't, to be honest, I wasn't as happy as I should have been when I was trying to fit in with the quote-unquote gaming community. That's the God honest truth. I'm not one of these guys who sits down and worries how much a game is going to be worth or what its rarity level is. Okay? Do I do reviews for games when I beat them? Yeah. But I'm going to tell you sometimes what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. If I play through a game and I think it's crap, I think it's crap for a reason. I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass and tell you that the game's great when I know there's faults with it. You understand? You could look at The Last of Us, you could look at, or any of these AAA games, quote unquote, and say, oh, this game is the greatest game ever. Really? Do you want me to tell you why it's going to suck? Do you want me to tell you why it stunk? Now granted, you could do the same thing with me about a game like Aeoni, and I want you to. But I'm not going to get butthurt over it. There's a difference. My skin, believe it or not, has gotten a lot thicker over the years. Some of you, I don't know if you have the mental capacity to be, or the mental state to be able to understand truth, as brutal as mine can be. My world, my wondrous world, if you want to call it, is a very unique place. It's a place where animes, both old and new, come to live together. And the characters, in a sense, live together and live with me. I know it sounds trippy, but Just hear me out. It's where the different artists that I've yet to discover come and say, hey, come listen to us. We haven't heard from you yet. And then I do, and I listen to them, and I give my thoughts on them. It's how I started to meet people from the different genres. It's how I've also started to get, I don't want to say notice, but started to get people to go, this person has a very interesting opinion. Maybe I should start following him on Twitter, which I starting to use more often. But that's what the true definition. If somebody said to me, define the Wondrous World for me, that's it. We're looking at anime, we're looking at Japanese music, we're looking at gaming occasionally, we're looking at the things that make me one of the happiest people on the planet, and why I don't deal with bullshit anymore. Why I don't get stressed anymore. Why I dropped from a 174-pound human being to 150. Why I dropped from somebody who should have been probably dead because his blood pressure was jacked up, to somebody now who has his blood pressure virtually under control. Because, guess what, kids? This is the world we live in now. In a sense. Oh, I still live in the real world. Don't get me wrong. I'm still grounded in reality. But when it comes to the live blogs, the fan fictions, the reviews, the whatever, and I'm talking to you, this is where I want to be in life anymore. I don't want to be the angry YouTuber that you knew back in 2009. And I'm sorry a lot of you met him. I really am. But the problem is I don't deal with bullshit anymore. Not well, anyway. I tell people, hey, you want to have drama? Do me a favor. Get out. Leave me alone. I snapped on someone at Cornshak's live stream not that long ago after WrestleMania because that person flipped the fuck out over a fake wrestling match. No bullshit. Flipped the fuck out. Mind you, I'm 32 years old. How old is this person? Probably in their early 20s. Alright, maybe we should give a pass, right? No, grow up. It's fake. Hope a lot of people realize this. Professional wrestling is scripted. The endings are predetermined. The Undertaker knew he was going to lose the match because he asked Brock Lesnar to end the streak. If you actually do your research, you would know this. Anyway, see, that's the kind of thing, but that's the kind of thing I want to avoid with people. So, I don't deal with bullshit anymore. I don't. You want to call this drama? I'll show you how quickly I block you. Because I'm not having it anymore. This world, this wondrous world that we're creating, slowly but surely, has currently 512 residents that I like to refer to y'all. I want to see that number grow at some point. Yes, I know I don't put the videos out as regularly as I used to, but I'm also focusing, like I said, more on my writing when I'm not on here, or I'm focusing on getting the series watched so I can review them for you. And that's when you see me pop on camera usually. The only reason I popped on these camera the past 2 nights is because, well, I've had a lot to say. And honestly, this isn't a either accept it or get out situation. This is just more of almost, in many ways, in shape or form, almost like a reintroduction to a channel which a lot of you thought you knew almost 4 years ago. Mind you, this channel has been around since 2009. 7? May 24th, 2014 will be 7 years since this channel was born. November 9th of this year will be about 5 years since I started making videos on YouTube. As a person and as a content creator, I've grown in many respects. You may not see it by the view counts, you may not see it by the subscriber count. I don't care about that. You know what I care about? I care about A, me being happy, and me being able to share with you the series that my opinions on the series that I'm reviewing, the music that I'm listening to. Granted, I know a lot of you aren't into that style of music, but I want to start to educate you with that. Because you know what? This isn't about me trying to show you how smart I am. This isn't about me trying to say, look at all this stuff I've got, because I don't do that. This is about a guy who wants to take you, or has been trying to take you for years on a journey into here. My problem was, it took me until recently to wake the hell up and realize where I needed to be. Now I'm here. And I hopefully won't be going anywhere for a long, long, long time. I've got a game that a group called Whole Town Games gave me. Gave me the download link to. I have that game now on my hard drive to play through, but I'm going to do a sample for you guys to also promote this group, because I believe in their game. I believed in their Divide by Zero game, which for the people that watched that Let's Play, I thank you. And for anybody that hasn't, please go check it out. Here's the one thing I will always promise you on this YouTube channel. Listen to me very carefully, because I'm only repeating this once. I don't care how big I get. I don't care, how popular I become. I'm always going to be one man. That was the man that was born on May 27th, 1981. That is the man who's not afraid to give you his opinion, but is also probably one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet on the planet. I will not change for you. I will not change that behavior. I will not change my attitude towards life, which is this. We all need to wake up, and no matter how shitty your day you think your day is going to be, there's going to be something in that day that makes you go, my God, I'm glad to be alive. And for the past few years, even for the past few months, I've started to really feel like that again. I'm just being honest. It was almost like somebody woke. It was almost like being reborn, when the doctor slaps you on your ass and you start crying like a baby. It's almost like that. It's one of the greatest feelings ever. And one of the things I can thank for that was a teal-haired, 5'6", 125-pound young man named Tetsuya Karoko and his group. Because that really, if July 2nd of last year was the beginning, then this was really, then when I did Karoko's basketball, that was really, the official, you're home again. And my God, was it one of the greatest experiences on the planet. I hope that some of you, when you watch this video, and I hope you watch every bit of it, understand the message that's in this video. Because there's no greater feeling when you can sit down and say you're happy. Excuse me. You're happy. Granted, we all have... I'm not saying that you're going to have a day where you're just completely fucked up. Where you just have a bad day. But when you can have those days where you wake up, and I don't care if you have the crappiest job on the planet, when you can come home, sit down, and just take that, that pressure valve in the back of your head and go, and relieve all that stress, it is the greatest feeling on the planet. But you have to allow yourself that time to do it. And I started to realize, like I said, when it came to my anime, my music, and the dramas that I'm going to start watching again, that's when I realized this is what the Wondrous World was originally supposed to be about. And this is what this channel should have been from its inception. But I didn't know any better yet. I wish I had known sooner rather than later. You all have a good night. I will be talking to you after I finish Death Note. You take care, friends. Bye-bye.